Good morning, all. Is my voice is audible? Is my voice is audible? Screen. Mark your attendance using 3 parameters. Once again, good morning to all. This is the video lecture on design and analysis of algorithms. We are currently discussing with module 3, that is greedy method. So greedy method, in the previous class, we have seen a coin change problem. So previous class we have seen general method. Okay, so which is the general method? There are two types of solutions we have in general method. So one is the feasible solution, the other one is optimal solution. So for a problem, there will be so many feasible solutions. So in that you have to find the optimal solution. So that we have seen in the general method. So that we have discussed in the previous class also. So now you come for the applications of greedy method. So if they ask you where this greedy method is used, so you have to tell like coin change problem, knapsack problem, job sequencing, minimum cost, Dijkstra algorithm, Huffman and Heaps. So these are the applications where this greedy method is being used. So inside that, first we go with the first concept. So where the greedy method is used, that is in coin change problem. Okay, so it is a general scenario, real world scenario, what we can take. So under coin change problem, first we shall have problem statement. Okay, so from here, all the concepts are very, very important. Kindly concentrate. Okay, so from here, all the concepts are very, very important for exam. So kindly concentrate. If you have any doubts, let me know. So first you come with a coin change problem statement. So given the coins of several denomination, so coins means a notes, 10 rupee note, 5 rupees coin, 2 rupees coin, 1 rupee coin. So you all familiar are with a denomination, right? So given the coins of several denomination, find out the way to give a customer an amount with fewest number of coins. So understand the word. So many denominations are there, but you find out a way to give a customer with fewest number of coins. So if you have a 1 rupee coin, so if the amount is 30, so giving 31 rupee coin is not the solution. Okay, so it is also a solution, but what is the condition here? You have to go with a word fewest number of coins. Okay, this is the problem statement. So come for the example here. So example, if denominations, so see here which are the denominations we have. It is 1, 5, 10, 25 and 100. And the change required is 30. So what is the amount they have taken? So 30 is the amount. Okay. So if it is 30 is the amount by using these denominations. So which gives the optimal one. Okay. So if you have gone with a optimal means you have to go with the less number of coins. Okay, so if 1 rupee coin, how many coins you require? If it is denomination is 1, so anybody can answer. So change required is 30 if we have denomination as 1. So how many coins are required? So if the denomination is 1 rupee, so you require 30 coins. Okay. So it is not a fewest number. Okay. So 30 coins is very much. Now you go for 5. So if the denomination is 5, how much coins you require? If denomination is 5, how much coins you require? So if denomination is 5, so how many coins? 6 coins. So keep in your mind, it is 6 into 5. So if denomination is 5, how many coins you require? You require 6 coins. So take it 6 coins here. Now you come for 10. So if denomination is 10, how many coins? You can easily tell, you can take it as 3 coins. So 10 into 3 coins. So 6 is there, 3 is there. Okay. So now you come for 25. So if denomination is 25, okay. So 25 into 1 plus 1 rupee, how many coins? 1 rupee, you are having 5 coins. So 25 rupees, 1 coin, 1 rupee, 5 coins. So how much coins you are having? 5 plus 1. So total it is 6 coins. Okay. So you have to give the solution. This is the subset what you are having. Okay. So subset 1 is 3 coins, subset 2, 6 coins, subset 3, 6 coins, or you can also go with 5 rupee coin as 1 and 25 rupees coin as 1. So how much coins you are going to use? 25 rupees you are using 1 coin and 5 rupees you are using 1 coin. So 1 plus 1 is 2 coins. So in all the cases, which is the optimal one? So in all the cases, which is the optimal one? So can anybody can tell? So 1 rupee coins, 30. Okay. 5 rupee coins, 6. 10 rupee coins, 3. 25 rupees coin, it requires 6 coins. And 100 rupees coin, no. Because the amount is 30. If you require 100, it doesn't fit. So if it is greater than 100, if it is 130, then you have used 100. But here amount is less than denomination. What is the amount you are having? 30 and denomination is 100. So for that thing, you don't require that 100. So maximum you go with 25 rupees, 1 coin and 5 rupees, 1 coin. So which is the how many coins you require? 2 coins. Fewest number of coins in all the 4 cases, it is 2. So last solution is the optimal solution as it gives us change only with 2 coins. So understand here. So give a customer the amount with fewest number. So very few should be the fewest number. So you go with 2 coins. Okay. So understood this particular coin change? Have you understood the coin change problem? So that is the example 25. Okay. So if you're taking 25, what is the denominator amount you have? 30. Okay. So 25, 1 and remaining how much you want? 5 rupees. So 5 rupees, you can take 1 rupees, 5 coins, or you can also take 5 rupees, 1 coin. Okay, if you take 1 rupee, 5 coins and 25 rupees, 1 coin, how much coins you require? 5 plus 1, that is equal to 6 coins. So understand here, 25 rupees, 1 coin and remaining 5 rupees, you can go with 1 rupee, 5 coins or 5 rupee, 1 coin. So first you have taken 1. So that's why 1 rupee, 5 coins. So how many coins? 5 coins plus 1 coin, that is equal to 6 coins. But when you can also take 5 rupees one coin. So 5 rupees one coin. So here 25 rupees one coin and 5 rupees one coin. How many coins you have? 2 coins. So at that time the last solution is optimal. So have you understood now? Have you understood? Sneha D. Okay, so from here you should go through all the slides, all the concepts. Don't miss the classes. It's very, very important. So coin change problem solution using greedy algorithm is very initiative and called as cashier's algorithm. Okay, so where this particular change will work. So it will be for every application, it will be done by the cashier only. If you go something, you will pay to whom? You will go and buy something in restaurant or any grocery shop, whatever. So you will pay with the cashier. So that's why we tell who will give the change for paying all the things. So it will be given by cashier. So that's why we call this one as cashier algorithm. Okay. So if you pay 100 rupees, so who will give you the cash? The cashier will give you the change. So that's why the name given as cashier algorithm. So basic principle you see, at every iteration for search of a coin, take the largest coin. Okay, so take the largest coin which can fit into remaining amount to be changed at particular time. Okay, so what you have to take for at every iteration, take the largest coin. So here, which is the largest coin you have? After 25, it is 100 only. So 100 doesn't fit into 30. So apart from 100, which is the second largest coin, it is 25. So that's why fit into 25 rupees, take the largest coin. So that's why we have taken, take the largest coin is 25, which can fit into remaining amount to be changed. Okay, at the end, you will have optimal solution. Yes, understood coin change problem? Shall I, this is up to coin change, that's why. Understood up to here? So now you come for the very important topic, that is knapsack problem. Okay, so it's a very important topic you should go through. Compulsory 100% the question will appear from this particular topic. Okay, so knapsack problem. So that is the second topic what we are going to discuss it now. So sack. So sack means, so can anybody can tell what is a sack? SACK. So sack means what is in this particular concept, knapsack. So what is sack? Anybody can tell? Sack. It's the empty bag. Okay. So knapsack means, so Knapp is his name, is a scientist. So knapsack problem. Sack means empty bag. Keep in your mind what is sack? It is a empty bag. So sack means empty bag. So come for this example. Your train breaks down in a desert and you decide to walk to nearest town. Okay, so you are traveling somewhere, your train breaks down in a desert. Desert means there is nothing. Okay, so and you decide to walk to nearest town and you have a rucksack. So rucksack means it's a empty bag only. But which object should you take with you? Okay, so are you understood this particular example? So somewhere you are traveling. So you are traveling from one place to another. Your train will break. Train breaks down in the desert. If the train breaks down in the desert, so what you and you have a sack. Uh, So you have a sack, but which object should you take with you? So understanding what I'm telling. So if you have a empty bag, so which all the things you are going to take in that particular rucksack? Okay, so feasible solution is any set of objects is a feasible solution provided that they are not too heavy, because you are running you have to walk to the nearest town. Okay, so if you are walking to the nearest town, so if you are taking that particular bag, so what is the main constraint? So it should not be empty. So it should not be empty. Okay, it should not have be heavy. So fit in the right sack and will help you survive. Okay, so ನಿಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ there is a bag. Okay, so ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಐತೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕೊಂತೀರಾ such that it should not be too heavy, because you have to walk to the nearest town. So okay, so what is the feasible solution? Take any set of objects that are not too heavy and fit in the rucksack and help you survive. Okay, so this is the feasible solution. Okay, so now you understand in so many feasible solutions will be there. In that you have to find optimal solution. So many feasible solutions are there. In that you have to go with the optimal solution. So how to go with the optimal solution? So many feasible solutions will be there. In that you have to go with the optimal solution. An optimal solution is one that maximizes or minimizes something. Okay, so optimal solution is one that maximizes or minimizes something. Okay, so one that minimizes the weight carried, one that fills the rucksack completely, one that ensures that most wanted is taken. So sorry, it's not water, most wanted is taken. Okay, so minimize or maximize. So minimize means minimize the weight, maximize means fills the one that fills the rucksack completely, that is maximize. The other one is ensure that most wanted is taken. Okay, so knapsack problem, we also called it as fractional knapsack problem. Okay, so problem description I will tell you. A pack and knapsack with a capacity of M. So what is the empty bag capacity? Keep in your mind, empty bag is of capacity how much? M. So this bag is of this much kg. Okay, that is the capacity. So that will be in particular kg. Okay, so from so many items are there. Okay, we must select the items that are to be packed in the knapsack. Understand carefully. There is a knapsack with a capacity of m kg and so many items are there. So all the items, we must select the items that are to be packed in the knapsack. So each object has a weight Wi and a profit Pi. Okay, so many items are there. How many items? N items. What is the capacity of the knapsack? Can anybody can tell? Capacity of knapsack. Just tell me what is the capacity of the knapsack? Yes. So how many items are there? How many items are there to fit into knapsack? Yes, there are n items. So in that, which is the most each knapsack, each item will have weight Wi and profit Pi. So keep this one in your mind. Each object will have how many objects? N objects. So each object will have a weight of Wi and profit of Pi. Okay. In the feasible knapsack packing, the sum of weights packed, sum of weights. So how much objects you are placing. So sum of weights should not exceed the knapsack capacity. So what is the knapsack capacity? It is M. So if you are placing all the weights, so weights W1, W2, W3, depending on items. Okay. So each weight should not exceed knapsack capacity M. So that it can be given as W1 plus W2 plus W3 because it is a sum. So sum of weights should be less than or equal to M. So can anybody can tell? So W1 plus W2 plus W3 should be less than or equal to M. Yes or no? Is it correct? Weights W1 and W2 should be less than or equal to. So see here, you can see sum of weights. What is sum? W1 is one weight, W2 is another weight. W1 plus W2 should be less than or equal to knapsack capacity. What is the knapsack capacity? It is M. Okay. So if whether it should be less than M or greater than M. Anybody answer here? So sum of weights should be less than or greater than M. It should be less than M. Okay, good. So now you come for the problem. Okay, so these are the two things you have to find out. Profit into X, weight into X. Okay, so maximize means there is a profit. So I will tell you what is this X later. So PI means the profit, WI means weight. Okay, so each problem will have weight as well as profit. PI XI, WI XI. So and XI will range from 0 to 1 and I ranges from 1 to n. The position and weights are positive integers. Keep this one in your mind. The profit and weights are positive integers. Okay, so now you come for the problem. So this is the very, very important thing you have to go through with this particular problem. Are you able to see this particular solution? Are you able to see the screen? Yes, tell me, because I shared that particular problem, that's why. Is it visible? Okay, so take this particular problem. So the solution is given here, that's why I'm taking it. Consider the instance of knapsack problem. So how many items? what is the capacity and how many profits, how many weights, everything is given here. Okay, so number of items is 3, and what is M? What is M? Yes, what is M? It is the capacity of knapsack. Okay, good. What is N? Number of items. So each item will have a profit and weight. Okay, so item N1, N2, N3. So each item will have profit P1, P2, P3, W1, W2, W3. Okay, there are several greedy methods. So 3 are discussed here. So at each step, so you have to go through all the 3 steps. Step number 1, step number 2. Step number 1 is fill the knapsack with the object with the largest profit. So which is the fill the knapsack with the largest profit. So which is the largest profit we have? So profit 25, 24 and 15. Okay. So so item with largest profit is 25. So here if it is 25, so its corresponding weight is 18. So P1 W1. Okay. So and X1 is equal to 1. Okay. So this one you have to take it. So 25 weight is 18 and x1 it's the first object what you are having, so x1 is equal to 1. Understood? So now if you what is the capacity? So capacity is 20. So what is the weight of that particular thing? It is 18. So what is the capacity is 20 minus 18 is equal to 2. So what is the capacity of the knapsack bag? 20. What is the weight you are having? 18. So 20 minus 18, if you place that particular thing, so what is the remaining capacity? 2. Okay. So now first profit is finished. Which is the second highest profit, largest profit you are having? It is 24. So take the profit P1 is equal to 24. Come for weight. What is the weight of that particular P2? So P2, so sorry, it is not P1, it is P2. P2 is equal to 24. Okay, so 24, its weight is 15. But you come for X1, so how much can you fit? So remaining capacity is 2. If you can fit, you subtract that particular weight from capacity. So understand carefully. If you can easily fit in that particular capacity, you subtract it. Okay. So what is the remaining capacity? It is 2. So remaining capacity is 2, but here weight is 15. So can you place that particular 15 into that remaining capacity? As answer here. So can you place weight is equal to 15 in M? So answer for this particular question. So what is the M remaining you have? Once you place this weight 18, so 20 minus 18 is equal to 2. So what is the M size now? M size is only 2. If M size is 2, can you fit the weight 15 in M? Answer here. No. Because, so but in part of 15, so part of the 15 can be placed in that thing. Okay. So part of the 15. So how much part? 2 by 15 will be the x value. So x2 value is equal to 2 by 15. What is the remaining capacity? It is 0. Okay. Now you come for the item number 3. Item number 3, P3 is equal to 15. What is the weight? It is 10. What is x? X is nothing. So x you have 0. Okay. So now you come for the total profit earned. So total profit, how to calculate? It is P1 X1 plus P2 x2 plus P3 x3 is equal to profit. So understand here, in order to find the profit, so P1 x1 plus P2 x2 plus P3 x is equal to profit. So what is P1? 25. 25 into what is x1? 1. So it is 25 into 1. 25 into 1 plus. So what is P next one? P2, it is 24. Okay, so 24 into what is x2? It is 2 divided by 15 plus what is P3? P3 is equal to 15 star. What is P3 is equal to 15 star. What is the x value you have? X value you don't have anything. So the solution I will be giving. So this is the solution. So 25, P1 is 25 into x1 is 1. So P2 is 24 into x2 is 2 by 15. P3 is 15 with x3 is equal to 0. Okay, so what is the final answer you get? So can anybody can tell the final answer? So I have given in the chat box. So what is the final answer? Yes, tell me. So 25 into 1, it is 25. Okay, plus 24 star 2 by 15. So you can either make a 24 star 2, it will give you 48 by 15. 48 by 15 will give you 3 point something. Okay, so 3 point something plus 25. So that is equal to 28.2 or 28.5, something like that. So total profit earned is 28.2. So now you come for the second case. So what is the second case you have? So smallest weight. So smallest weights. So first weight is 10. So its profit is 15. So take the same thing. So 10 profit is 15. So it is x3. x3 is 1 because it is perfectly fitting. So you get it as 1. So 20 minus 10 is equal to 10. Okay. So now you come for the second weight. Second weight is smallest weight is 15. So 15 profit is 24. So 15, 24. So how much can you fit? Can you fit 15 in 10? No, you can't fit. So go with 10 by 15. So if you divide 10 by 15, how much capacity? It will be 0. So first you fitted x3, next you fitted x3 is 1, x1 is 10 by 15 is nothing but 5 2s are 5 3s are 2 by 3. So when you again solve the same thing using P1 x1, P2 x2, P3 you have 25 and with x1 you have 0. So that you will get the final profit is 31. So now you come for the third case. So what is the third case you have? With a maximum profit by weight ratio. So when you go with a maximum profit with a weight ratio, so maximum profit is maximum weight bar weight ratio you have to calculate. Okay, profit P1 weight 15. So 15, so you can easily feasible. So 20 minus 15 is equal to 5. So now you come for next maximum profit bar weight ratio. For that, in order to get maximum weight bar, so you have to go with PI divided by WI. So PI divided by WI will give you the maximum profit. So what is the formula to find maximum profit per weight ratio? It is PI divided by WI will give you profit per weight ratio. So understand here, this is the formula you have to find profit per weight ratio. You have to do profit by weight. Okay, so profit 20, maximum you have to go through. So 24 by 15. Next you go 15 by 10. So remaining capacity 0. Again you calculate the profit using PI XI plus P1 X1 plus P2 X2 plus P3 X3. So 24 into 1, 15 into 1 by 2. So if you do, you will be getting the profit as 31.5. So first one is 28.2, second one is 31, and third one is 31.5. In that, so many solutions are there. So in that, which is the most feasible solution? Which gives the highest profit, we take it as most feasible solution. So that is 31.5. So that happens to be the optimal solution. Okay. So that happens to be the, so that is the first problem. Largest profit, smallest profit, maximum profit per weight ratio. So that is the problem on knapsack. So understood? Understood all the three cases: maximum profit, smallest weight, and maximum profit per weight ratio. So in chat box, I am giving you the formulas. You have to go through that particular algorithms. Okay. So now you come for the knapsack problem. So the algorithm. Okay. So this is up to, so it's running out of time. So I will be again taking the class at my class at 12:15. Sorry, at 12 only. So I will continue that particular thing in the upcoming, in the next class. So mark your attendance. So this is up to this particular class. So I will start the next class at 12 o'clock. Okay. So thank you all.